You guys are still in town hall, and it's been about 45 minutes, and nothing has happened.
Nothing,
Nothing.
you say.
I'm giving her 15 minutes, and then we can go potentially find your cell sword.
Well, I think we've wasted too much time. There's no way the Dwager? I still haven't picked up on that word. uh, there's no way they're just hanging out in a boat.
No, absolutely not. You're quite right. But I think that perhaps a rescue mission of some kind is in order. And if we're not going to get the help we need here, we should find it elsewhere.
Perhaps we need to better arm ourselves.
He actively laughs at that. He tries really hard to stifle a laugh at the fact that you don't have a hand and fails miserably. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. You're right. You're right. I think we were simply underprepared.
I'm getting the feeling much of our trials have been that. Don't you think, no? Well, I'm gonna like just kind of stare awkwardly at Fagin. So if you're not a merchant, what are you?
Why did you assume I was a merchant to begin with?
You have an attitude, a demeanor, sorry, where seems as if you come from money but not station.
My family is wealthy, but I am not. You're correct. Have you ever heard of the high captains?
I'm gonna look at Nocta and just be like, "Help!" Oh, Nathan can't hear you.
What'd you say, Megan? The high what?
Captains.
Captains. I got nothing.
After a pause, I will add of Luskin.
Oh,
I look at Ennui and I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Of course we haven't.
They are a powerful trading city with beer bar, and I am destined to become one of them. But I am not at the moment. I am simply the child of a wealthy family who was promised a lot of things that may or may not come true.
Right. Like Blair.
I did not say that.
The implication is there. If she is your betrothed, I have no intention to keep you two apart.
It sounds as though you have already done something to that effect, but I do not wish to talk about that in this particular moment. She is in grave danger, and that takes priority.
Whew, awkward. Okay.
Well, Fagin. It's not just Blair.
What?
Nocta and I think we're done losing friends, so we'll give your captain some more time. But other than that, we'll find a way to arm ourselves and find a tracker and perhaps find. Maybe they're on the boat. I just have a hunch they're not hanging out on the boat.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Last time one of our friends was taken by the Drager. Well, that was a fortress, though. But they still had him as a prisoner, so I assume they've taken them back to some fortress.
Well, I am a very skilled tracker.
Son of a bitch, I hate that I need you.
So at least I can help with that.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. Nocta's super uncomfortable.
I mean, what else is new?
But this is just like...
This is a whole new level of triangle you don't actually...
You just both want to fuck Blair.
Like, Nocta's the only person in this party who talks like a normal person.
Yeah.
Everyone else talks like they're in an action movie.
Yeah.
Damn you, son of a bitch! I hate that I need you.
Lock and load.
And Nocta's just like, I don't belong here.
Nocta's just like, wow, you're dumb and have a stupid face.
Yeah.
Mockery. Yeah. So we'll wait for the captain, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll wait the 15 minutes that I allotted her.
She does not come back in 15 minutes.
Is there like a door that she went through?
There is a door that she went through, yes.
Cool, Nocta gets up and goes over to the door.
It opens
And
into a
just
long
hammer?
hallway.
Oh, I was just gonna start hammering on it.
Oh,
Okay.
there's no response for a few moments. But then after a bit, a small elven woman opens the door and says, can I help you?
Yeah, where did the captain? Justin, captain?
Captain, yes.
Where did the captain go? We've been waiting like an hour.
I saw her leave the building with the guard captain and a bunch of troops probably 30 minutes ago.
Thank you so much for your help. Have a lovely day. And then he just turns around and walks away.
Excellent. I'm so glad that we are communicative. But it seems she is doing something.
Yeah, I come back and I explain what I was just told. So she fucked off.
She went to the boat.
Well, theoretically, perhaps we can go over and see from a respectable distance that will not get us thrown into any bad favor with her.
Or like another fight.
Yeah. The thing about javelins is they really eat up respectable distance.
Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
Could you imagine if we just go to the boat and there's 30 bodies around it?
Each with just one javelin in it.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen now. Thanks, James.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to go to the ferry?
Yeah, let's just go see if they're there.
Yep.
As you guys start walking towards the ferry, you notice that a large crowd has gathered.
Yeah.
As a few militiamen are standing in front of the dock, kind of like keeping townsfolk back, while further in the distance, you guys can't see because it's much too far and it's much too dark.
And it's distant.
You can see really far in the real dark.
I can see light very far. I don't want to say I have like 20/20 vision.
Can you see 500 feet in the dark?
Of course, maybe.
Mr. 120 over here.
Yeah. No, but we'll just.
I'll push my way to the front of the crowd to go talk to the people holding back. Like I don't want to like try and push past. I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah,
ask
when
questions.
you get there, he just kind of like says, "Please keep your distance. The militia is at work. You have nothing to fear. Nothing is wrong. Everything is okay."
May I ask what they are doing?
There were reports of something malicious inhabiting the ferry, and they are currently searching it from top to bottom. There's a voice over that man's shoulder that says, "Gareth, let them through." You recognize the voice as the captain.
Mm-hmm.
She is standing next to a handsome man who is wearing very fancy, he's wearing very plain winter gear as you approach. And as you approach, he extends his hand and says, "You all must be the ones who found about the Dwerger on the ferry." He extends a hand to shake your guys' hands.
I will reach out.
Nocta goes to and yep.
He just like grasps us firmly, looks you in the eyes, and thanks you, each of you. And he says, "I understand as well that some of your own were lost there."
Yes, my love and one of our good friends.
Imdra.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at that and look at Nocta. Be like,
Nocta's looking.
Imdra steps in and says, "We found no bodies. I cannot say if your friends are still alive or if they're dead, but they are not on the boat. The Dwerger themselves are also seemingly gone. However," she motions towards two bags, which you guys recognize as both Blair's and Joanna's bags.
right.
"We found these."
Is there any evidence of a path leading away? Somewhere they would have gone? Obviously, the ferry cannot move, but perhaps they walked, leaving footprints.
We haven't checked the surrounding area. I can give you guys permission to scout that area if you see it is important. I apologize I did not come and tell you guys what I was doing. When Danith here found out about the Dwerger, he needed us to move immediately. You must understand that finding your friends was my concern, and once we knew the ship was safe, we searched it top to bottom to look for them.
And
I
Danith
understand.
is who?
He is the speaker of East Haven.
We appreciate your attention to detail, even if it lacked communication.
And for that, I apologize.
It requires no apology. I appreciate the expediency.
She bends down and picks up both of the bags and gives one to Ennui and one to... She gives Joanna's to Fagin and Blair's to Ennui without knowing whose is who, but it's a nice, funny moment when...
I will like kind of like not a longing look, but there'll be that awkward moment where I watch it go to Ennui and then just kind of like accept Joanna's bag and just move on. If you don't mind, I would love to scout the area, perhaps look for tracks.
Danith steps in and says, "I want to thank you guys for accepting the contract to look for the missing fishermen. I hope if you find your friends, you are still willing to help us with that mission."
Of course.
Our word is our bond.
Okay.
At that, I kind of like raise an eyebrow at Ennui, like, okay, our word is our bond.
Well, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you find your friends okay. Imdra kind of just like points him back towards and like to focus on the task at hand as they both move in closer towards the ship.
Nice.
Of note, their bag does not contain their weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, that checks out. I was a cat.
Eric is a cat.
Actually, you know what? It does have their weapons. That would be very mean of me to have them have no weapons when you find them.
Fair.
If you find them.
If we find them,
Everything will be fine.
they'll be okay.
It'll be all right.
What would you guys like to do?
Look at the around the ship. Wow, sentences. Look around the ship for trail.
Sure. Why don't you guys give me survival checks? Are you gonna light a torch, Fagin?
I'm going to cast light, which is
Ooh,
one of my
look at this.
cantrips.
No one likes real fire.
No, real fire is for wimps. But I'm gonna cast it on
Yeah.
my special friend,
Mhm.
and so like it kind of glows all the way around me. Oh yeah, sorry, Nathan. I have a giant centipede armor that just wraps around me, and he will go and do stuff when I ask him to.
Don't like that. Dislike
yeah,
that.
he just
Not
looks
a
like a
fan.
nice piece. He looks like a nice piece of scale mail. He blends in with the rest of my
Yeah,
armor.
cool.
It's all
Yep.
good. Yeah,
Gross.
that's great. Sorry, I'm just reading my favored enemy thing, but I don't think it applies to this because it is for only enemies.
What is your favorite enemy?
You have advantage on survival checks to
Oh no,
track
no,
your
no.
favorite
What is your
enemies.
favorite enemy? Like what type of enemy?
Oh, beasts.
Sick.
Yeah. Not humans.
Can you choose human? You can't choose human, can you? Humanoid.
No, you can't.
Oh my god, can you?
Be a human hunter? I don't know.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
I didn't build this character. Yeah, I'll make just a regular survival check then.
I'm curious. Now I need to
Absolutely.
look.
Now you need to find out.
All right, and I'll leave that survival check too, Fagin, when you have a chance.
Yeah, I would love to. There you go, 23 for you.
You and Noctar are both easily able to find it while Ennui is looking through Blair's bag, seemingly.
Ennui's like, still just like, ow, I have 3 javelin puncture mark, like, wounds.
You are able to find what looks like 2 sets of sled tracks, as well as a bunch of footprints moving into Loch Dinashir.
Excellent. I'm actually going to go back on the ship and report that to the captain and the... Can you hunt humans?
You can select 2 races of humanoid
Checks out.
instead of anything else.
Yeah.
So, for
interesting.
example, gnolls and orcs.
Yeah.
But it can't be like human and elf.
Yeah. It probably could be,
It
actually.
could be human and
Yeah.
elf.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, I will go back onto the ferry to find I'll find whoever's closest, the speaker, the militia captain, whomever.
You're not able to find the speaker or the militia captain. They seem to have moved onto the ferry itself.
I will flag down somebody who's close and ask for them. Ask for the militia captain.
The man nods and heads in to ask for the militia captain. It's about 45 minutes until she comes out.
There's no way I wait that long.
Yeah.
I only wait 10 minutes and then I give up. I will go onto the ship myself if I can, if nobody prevents me.
A man stops you and says, "Excuse me, my boy. They are looking for things in here and there's no entrance to outsiders."
I understand. I just have some information that I feel is pertinent to the search for the Dwergar. I was hoping to embark it on someone.
You can tell me, laddie.
Of what stature are you? What is your station?
I'm a veteran militiaman. Been with the force for 25 years.
And are you trustworthy?
No one in East Haven is truly trustworthy, am I right, my boy? You know how things work here. So
That
pray
is what
tell,
I've
what have
heard.
you discovered about the Dwerger?
There are 2 sets of tracks leading off in that direction, I point. Do you happen to know what is out there?
Loch Dinashir, of course.
beyond Loch Dinishir, is there land on the other sides? Is there any, I don't know, docks in the center, trading posts,
Well,
islands?
there is the Cackling Chasm.
Cackling Chasm.
Aye.
What is that?
Aye, let me look in me book.
Sorry.
He pulls out a small book. 1 second. Let me go back to this part of the book. Well, Nabira Moorskull, an East Haven fisher, owned an enchanted fish hook that he could catch magical fish. Well, she and her friends were out on the ice one day. A pair of filthy gnolls attacked them. They killed Nabira. I was on the mission that scouted out for her body, and they stole her fishing pole and her hook. Hunters from East Haven tracked the gnolls to an icy rift in the ground, but they were too scared to go any farther. A cackling chasm, because wolves laugh like hyenas, you see, and it echoes through the chasm.
I understand.
You should write that in your journal.
I should. Perhaps one of my compatriots will do that for me. It does sound like a
Can I
place
get that
where.
name?
What, James?
Which one?
Can I get the name?
The Cackling
the-
Chasm?
No, the person at the fish hook.
Nabira
Nabira.
Moorskull.
Morse. Okay, thank you.
She was an East
And-
Haven fisher. She had a magical fishing rod.
And is there anyone who perhaps knows where
Why
that
can't I
might be?
edit this?
It does sound like the place where creatures who dwell underground may be comfortable.
It's very far southeast of here. Probably about, if I had to wager, 11.5 miles through the mountain. You gotta go around it. Just on the other side of the mountain southeast of here.
I see. Well, if you could pass on the message about the tracks, that would be very helpful. I imagine they would be interested in knowing where they went.
Will do, laddie. That's a mighty fine shining armor you got there.
Thank you. And I'll turn back to the other two. Well, it seems that perhaps we have to go it alone again.
Then
Shall
we need to arm ourselves.
So one thing that instantly reminds you that with Loch Dinishir, the tracks were going northeast, and he said the Cackling
Yeah.
Chasm was southeast.
Oh yes, I figured out when you had to go around the mountain that it probably wasn't the place we wanted to go. Also around the time that it had to get written down in our journal. I understand what you're saying, but I feel fairly well armed. I just perhaps need some rest, but I don't think I will rest while Blair is out there.
Okay, I understand that, but we are in literally no condition to go out right now. He is still bleeding from 3 spear wounds.
It's mostly stop.
I can't do anything about it for another 8 hours, 4 hours, because I'm an elf.
I'll look through Joanna's bag. What's in it?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Like, I'm
can
looking.
you not
I'm-
go through.
I'm looking to see. I'll hold the weapons. They're unarmed. I'm curious if they still have their winter walking gear. What they had taken from them that may be in this bag.
Okay,
They
but that
could be-
doesn't help us right now.
They could be out there freezing.
Yes. But we can't go after them yet. We need to sit down, take stock of what the fuck is going on, rest for a little bit, and then we can head out. We know the general direction. I know the tracks might get covered up, but we know the general direction we need to go.
Nocta's right.
You two are
I
just going to
know-
argue back and forth?
No.
What if we lose the trail?
Fagin.
Could we
I
could
know.
we could we follow it and rest on the other side?
And when we get to the other side and we haven't rested at all, and there's Draugr there for us to kill, to kill us?
Fagin, I know you've been searching a long time for Blair, and you've just found her, and you feel like she's going to slip through your grasp again. But to go out there now, so ill-prepared, it's suicide.
We're just going to die too if we go out there. Do you think Blair wants you to die?
Come on,
Either of
Nocta.
you.
I'm going to go find an armorer, and I'm going to go find an inn.
And Nocta nods and walks off with you.
Yeah.
And then looks over at you and goes,
I'll
Is that
take
it?
like a long cinematic look out to the trail, and then I will follow slowly behind them.
So what armor are you looking for, Ennui?
I don't know the prices of anything, but I have light armor. I'm hoping to at least get like a chain shirt, maybe a breastplate in medium.
What's your money situation?
It's not great, but it's not the worst.
Give me how much gold pieces you have. A breastplate's way out of your price range, I'll tell you that much right now.
I would also like to buy a couple
no,
of
you know
things.
what? I actually had it backward. I thought I had 85 gold pieces and 22 silver, but it's the other way.
You cannot afford it.
Can't afford anything, hey?
Nah.
What can I afford that's gonna give me better AC than a fucking leather shirt?
How much gold do you have?
22.
You can buy a hide armor.
Hide. And how much is that?
12 plus your dex, max 2.
Sorry, how much gold is that?
10.
And gold. Okay, we'll do that.
May I make a suggestion?
What?
Don't buy anything until you complete this next quest.
Okay, we'll do that
Oh,
then.
okay.
Because you guys are going to get money.
Is
Oh,
there
Okay, alright.
is
Because I
there
would love a
an,
crossbow.
is there an armorer who would at least be willing to like make me or like has some sort of like prosthetic hand?
No,
Like Jaime Lannister?
not here.
Not here, hey?
Most people
Okay.
just live with their frostbite in 10 towns.
So Ennui's just gonna slip his glove back on his stump then. And all right, I guess we're just finding an inn for the night. Hey?
I would like alcohol.
Yes, in tavern. Sorry, I often assume they have both.
Well, we'll end this episode here and we'll pick up with that in the next episode. Have a good one, YouTube.